from the ReliefFactor.com studios, here's Mike Gallagher.
Welcome in. Glad to have you on this Wednesday edition of the Mike Gallagher Show. Joey Hudson in for Mike. Love for you to join the conversation this morning. You can do so several ways. You can email me directly, joey@joeyhudson.com. Send me a quick note on the MyPillow text line, 800-655-MIKE, 800-655-6453. And, of course, your phone calls to join the conversation are welcome as well. If you'd like to talk, just choose option one. If you want to leave a quick voice message, you can do that as well. Just choose option two. I'd like to cover, if you've been waiting for the publication of Behind the Doors of Justice, this is a book written by Becky Hill, who is the trial clerk in the Alec Murdaugh case, which took place here in my home state of South Carolina, sort of captured the nation's attention. You're going to be waiting a while for the publication of this book because we have just learned that Becky Hill has been accused of plagiarism, and the book's publisher has delayed the publication. We'll talk about that in just a minute. It's just a crazy time this past year in South Carolina with the Alec Murdaugh trial. Headlines in the Daily Caller: it's not even an election year, but the clock is already ticking for Joe Biden. Speculation on the hard time that Joe Biden is going to have getting reelected. I just hope that this is true. By the way, some good news out of Pennsylvania. Democrat voters were told in the battleground state of Pennsylvania, and it's going to be another key state this year, are increasingly leaving the Democrat Party. Now, what you have to understand is Pennsylvania, you register by party. And so you can literally go into an election office and change your registration from one party to the other. So in states like that, it's easier to keep up with how many people you have registered with a certain party. In my state of South Carolina, we don't register by party. So we don't really have any idea of how many registered Republicans or how many registered Democrats we have. Pennsylvania, which has picked the winner of the presidential election for the last 4 cycles, has lost 35,000 of its Democrat voters, according to this latest report from the state of Pennsylvania. This data is good through December the 18th, released by the state's Department of State. Conversely, only 15,000 of the state's Republican voters switched to Democrats in 2023. So the trend in Pennsylvania appears to be favoring GOP candidates. The report says also, additionally, roughly 20,900 Democrats and 18,900 Republicans have withdrawn from both major political parties, again, according to state data. In 2016, Pennsylvania narrowly broke for President Donald Trump, where he beat Hillary Clinton 50% to 48.8%. And you'll recall that in 2020, the Joe Biden narrowly beat Donald Trump based on the results from that evening. The Real Clear Politics average for a 2024 hypothetical rematch between Donald Trump and Joe Biden in Pennsylvania suggests that Trump is currently leading Biden by 1 point. Trump is also leading Biden in several other crucial battleground states like Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, and Michigan. Pennsylvania, they point out, they also feature a critical Senate race on the ballot. Democrat Senator Bob Casey is up for re-election. That could be one of the Senate seats that the GOP could pick up to help us regain control of the Senate. As it stands right now, he likely will be facing Republican David McCormick. The Real Clear Politics report right now says that seat still leans towards the Democrats. It's just going to depend on who the candidate is. But there's some really tough times, it appears, ahead of Joe Biden. The Daily Caller article then. And this is pretty good analysis of where we are right now. They write, though the 2024 election is months away, a look back at where Democrat candidates stood in the December ahead of an election year spells more bad news for President Joe Biden. And they go back and they compare where Biden is today, this on December the 27th, as opposed to how he was 4 years ago, where Hillary Clinton was just prior to her election in 2016. And they go back to Barack Obama. In the last few elections, Democrat candidates were in much better positions. Hillary was in a much better position this time in 2015, leading into 2016, than Joe Biden is now. Same thing with Barack Obama. And actually, Joe Biden was in a much better position just before in 2019, leading into 2020. On December 24th, 2019, according to the Daily Caller, Biden led Trump by 4.5 points. Think about that. He is almost 5 points ahead at this point, just prior to the 2020 election. Clinton was in much better place than Biden was going into 2016. On December 24th of 2015, Hillary Clinton had a 6.1 point lead over Trump, according to Real Clear Politics. Clinton, as you will recall, ended up winning the popular vote in 2016, narrowly, 48.2% to 46.1%. But Trump won the Electoral College. He just won the right states and easily defeated her in the Electoral College, 304 to 227. You can look back at former President Barack Obama. Again, he was in much better shape going into his reelection in 2012 than what we see with Joe Biden today. Are you feeling optimistic? Do you feel like that we're going to be able to pull this off in 2024? I think if you look at the one issue that really everyone looks at, and that's is the economy stupid? Who was it said that? Was it James Carville? I got a text message on the MyPillow text line. It says, I'm 62 years old, make about $57,000 a year. My wife, the same. Always did okay until last year. We feel the pinch. Groceries, taxes, everything costs more. A $200,000 house in southeast Minnesota is now $400,000 plus. We have no debt. I wonder how folks starting out are doing it. And that is the thing that Joe Biden has to really be concerned about. Yes, I know. He loves to talk about Bidenomics. Bidenomics is not working. Bidenomics obviously is not working for this couple in Minnesota and a lot of other Americans, and that's why he has the lowest approval rating during his term and of any recent president at this point in their term. 800-655-Mike, 1-800-655-6453. Is Bidenomics working for you? Are you feeling the optimism that I'm feeling for 2024? Or am I just being foolish to think that 2024 is ours to lose? I know there's a lot that'll happen between now and then. But I just feel like we've got this one. I just feel like that if we work hard, we focus, and we work on turning people out, that we can win. And I think we can win a larger majority in the House. We can win back the Senate. We all have to get in there and work.